Thanks, Richard. I'm very honoured to be presenting tonight the Special Achievement Award. And that award is not given to a singer or a band, it's given to someone who has given a lifetime achievement or a lifetime of contribution to the industry, which doesn't mean, by the way, they've passed on. Well, I hope it doesn't, because it's going to take the edge off the acceptance speech later on. I have to give this award to someone who has contributed enormously to the Australian music industry. It's someone we all know. He's lovable, he's irrepressible, he's sometimes highly controversial, and because he is a larger-than-life figure, it's kind of easy to overlook the fact that he has given an enormous contribution to the Australian music scene. Way back in the 60s, when he was a journalist for Go Set magazine, he was writing about Australian music, and once again, because he's larger than life, we overlook the fact perhaps that as a record producer, he's produced 6 #1 singles, plus one of the all-time classic great Australian hits, which was The Real Thing by Russell Morris. He also produced a #1 album, Godspell, and many more record successes. Plus, if we go into television, he fronted the longest running and most successful music program, Countdown, for many years. And now, every Saturday appears on another long-running and successful entertainment program. I'm sure the hits are going to keep coming because he now has his own record label called Meldrum. Has some very great acts on it too. We saw Peter Andre earlier this evening. Peter's one of the acts. Jo Beth Taylor has a new single coming out soon. We've got a plug in for Jo Beth. And of course, Indecent Obsession. So things look bright for someone, as I said, who I'm very, very proud to know as a friend, not just as a business associate. He knows a lot of people in the business. He is friends with a lot of people internationally as well as the local music scene, but his energy and enthusiasm is endless. He just keeps going and keeps pushing Australian music, has done for many, many years. I refer to the man in the hat, Ian Molly Meldrum.
One album.
Hiya, Dogface.
Iggy, how are you, mate?
Here we go.
Your Royal Highness, on behalf of the Australian recording industry, we are very grateful for you coming into Countdown.
Well, I did not say that because the ABC had some events.
Yes, right.
Yes. I think we spent that much money.
Well, I don't know what that was.
Still trying, as usual.
No, I've got no tag at the moment. Come on, Taboo.
Hold on, what have we? Oh, yes, here it is.
John, you can have the hat. Peter, I hope you don't mind doing a impersonation of you. Thank you, Australia. Good night.
The Special Achievement Award for 1992 goes to Ian Molly Meldrum.
Thanks very much. Thanks, Daryl. About 6 weeks ago, I had the privilege of standing in for Red Simons in Rocky Horror, playing the narrator. And the first monologue that the narrator comes out with will go something like, "I would like, if I may, to take you on a strange journey." Well, I've been on a very strange journey, I can tell you right now, through the music industry, and I guess I've taken a few people with me down here as well. I've got a lot of people to thank, and I'll do this very quickly. First of all, I'd like to thank Ronnie Burns, who first got me into this industry. His mum, Auntie Edna, who was an inspiration back then when we started the record production side. To Philip Fraser and Tony Schauble at Go Set for asking me to be a rock writer. To Roger Savage and Bill Armstrong, and engineers John Sayers, John French and Ernie Rose for teaching me how to become a record producer. To the artists like Russell Morris, John Young the songwriter, Master Apprentices Zoot, Ronnie Burns, Colleen Hewitt, the Ferrets, Supernaut, Indecent Obsession, Kids in the Kitchen for all allowing me to produce their records. To TV Week, who've allowed me to write for their magazine for the last 18 years and have given full support to me and the music industry. And to two of my dear friends, Laurie Masterson, who I write with, and Alan Webster. To Channel 10 for first asking me to be a mimer on Commotion. I can't mime and I can't talk properly yet. To Uptight, to Ross DeWiley and to Kevin Lewis, to Happening 70, to Channel 7 for letting me do the children's show and incorporating music into that, and to Ian Buckland, to Gordon French, thank you. To Channel 2, to the ABC, the 13 years of Countdown was a fantastic experience. I sincerely thank the ABC for that. To the producers, directors, Robbie Weeks, Chris Noble, Ted Emery, Tony Vuitt and Grant Rule, I thank them all. To Channel 9, to Daryl and the boys, I thank you very much to Daryl and Ernie, to David Leckie, to Ian Johnson from 9, to the crew, Red and Willie, Russell, Andrew and John Blackman and Dickie Nee. No, only joking, John. To the most extraordinary amount of people, I've really got a lot to thank for. Finally, I'd like to thank one man in particular who's sitting here tonight, and I'm so pleased he is, Mr. Michael Shrimpton from the ABC, who was the man that got Countdown on the air and fought for it for so many years when the show, when some of the ABC people thought it was inappropriate to have such a show on television. I thank you so much, Michael, for that. You've been a wonderful mentor to me. To all my friends and my family, to Lynn and Christine and people like that have got me through a lot. To all the artists that both here and overseas that have had to put up with my form of ramblings, my criticisms, my everything, I thank you very, very much, and having to put up with me interviewing them. And finally, I'd like to dedicate this award to my adopted son Morgan, to him and all the youth of Australia, that they may in the future have the same opportunities and the same fun that I have had. I thank you very, very much.